in slow motion, we're just floating in slow motion, free, we're just floating it all so wild.
Welcome, everyone. Jamie, why don't you do the intro?
Welcome to the Cleaning Business Live. I am your co-host, Jamie Runco, and I am with Shannon, Holly, Drew, Erin, and Molly, all co-founders of the CleanCon.
Let's go.
Yes. So
We're so excited to have you here. It's an interesting evolution because it was just a mentioning before, and then it became like, oh my gosh, let's get Holly. And then she's like, let's have everybody. I was like, okay.
Yes.
So thank
Well,
you
of
very
course.
much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
Happy to be back.
Awesome.
So why don't you guys do like a little introduction? We'll go down the line and tell our audience who you guys are, what you guys do, how long have you been in business, and yeah.
You want me to go first?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Holly Moore. I am the owner of Maids and More residential cleaning service for the past 18 years. We are in Austin and Houston, Texas. We have over 150 cleaning technicians. And I love the cleaning industry. And then I had also started a second business called The Cleaning Software, mainly out of necessity to handle my own schedule and business. And so now we have the cleaning software is essentially a CRM that manages cleaning services all the way from sales to scheduling to payment to payroll. So then I have three awesome friends, and we co-founded CleanCon, and we are all so alike in that we really want to support and legitimize and professionalize our industry and have a place for us all to join. So that's how CleanCon was born. So that is my story.
Awesome.
Molly?
Sure, yeah. So I'm Molly Moran, and first and foremost, I own a cleaning company called Green Sweep in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've had that for 17 years, and I've got about 45 cleaning technicians on staff right now and a great leadership team. Then I started a second business called Live Bright, and it's a coaching program for entrepreneurs in the service industry. We work a lot on leadership, personal development, profits, other fun stuff. And then last but not least, like Holly said, I am a co-founder of CleanCon, which I'm super excited to be here talking about today.
Awesome.
I wanted to go last, so this is perfect. Erin Larison. This is my wife and business partner, Erin, and we are owners of 5 Door Media. We are a marketing agency built for the cleaning industry, built for cleaning companies that are ready to grow and build and grow their impact, as well as we are part of this ragtag group of CleanCon founders. So super pumped to be here, super pumped to be in this industry, helping it, and just growing the impact that this industry makes for their customers.
Yep. Ditto to everything he just said. We have been in business for now 11 years. That we started as our legacy agency, and then really developed like this love of cleaning companies and the ways that we can help grow those impacts. So again, like you said, like we all said, super happy to be here, and just super happy to watch CleanCon continue to evolve.
Awesome. I guess the first question I have is, you have produced CleanCon twice in 1 year. Is that going to be a continuous thing, or is that just for the launch year?
That's such a great question. And in truth, that is all, I would say that's all to be revealed at our second event. We like to keep some stuff in store and surprise for folks that are coming to the event. So we'll be sharing more of that at the event in Austin. Right, guys?
I've been seeing that. I loved how you guys built it up on who you were revealing on the keynote speaker, which is Kristen. And can you guys tell me a little bit, like, for our audience that doesn't know who she is, and how'd that all come about?
Molly, that's all you. I'm
take that one,
but I know you are equally excited.
Yeah, I am. So Kristen, our keynote speaker for this CleanCon is Kristen Hadid, and it's been really important to us as as we've done this event, as we plan this event, to bring outside speakers in um, who have written books and impacted our industry and industries around us in really significant ways. Kristen Hadid was at our first event, we had Mike McAllowitz. I think you all know. And then at this one, Kristen Hadid is she's a best-selling author. She wrote an incredible book called Permission to Screw Up, and it was all about how she launched a cleaning company while in college and employed a bunch of college workers and built a huge company doing that, and all the screw ups that she had along the way. She's a very natural fit she's a very natural fit because she's an incredibly authentic person, and she's now expanded beyond just having a cleaning company. In fact, I believe she did sell her cleaning company about 5 years ago, and she focuses on leadership development, culture, and all kinds of things for medium and actually very large businesses around the country and the world. So she's it's like almost like a homecoming. She's so excited to be there too.
Oh,
she's
God,
and she's
yes.
interestingly, she has not done much speaking or in our industry. So we feel really psyched that we get to highlight and bring her back.
Oh, I love that, you
That was
guys.
one of my favorite comments I saw when we did reveal it online. Somebody was like, "Oh, I've known about her for years, and I've never seen her speak at industry events. This makes so much sense.
Mhm.
Like to have her. Like that's my favorite comment that I saw because it's right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was such a natural fit, huh?
100%.
I mean,
So
Very natural.
How did the concept for CleanCon? Did you guys were out having a couple drinks? Were you at a meeting? What was the evolution process? I don't. You guys don't strike me, and I could be wrong. As you know, playing poker and drinking scotch, I'm like, I got this brilliant idea. So how did you? What? Maybe.
We hide our true selves well.
I'm curious.
Strip poker, Shannon. So that adds a whole other element to it.
I love it.
We are definitely a real group of people and like real people. So it was something like that. But first, you had mentioned about the Kristen Hadid thing. I just thought that was really cool to call out Five Door Media for doing that. I mean, that's a cool example of what they do for cleaning companies in marketing. So
the build up,
yeah, it was good.
the build up, the excitement, getting people to engage. I watched it. And I was like, come on, tell us.
So I'll tell you how it kind of started. Me and Molly have been friends for a while, and then Drew, we met in Vegas a couple of years ago, and we, like, I don't know, it's going to sound really cheesy, but when I say when you just meet three kindred spirits that couldn't be any more alike, like, we are nothing alike. I'm like the Texas girl, and they're Indy in the Midwest, and then you have Molly, but we just get each other. We all have the same beliefs and ethics, and we are a fun group of people. So we were at a huge convention, and all three of us being friends and having kind of hung out and went to a bunch of different events together before. I've been wanting to do something like this because I feel like for me in the industry, I got pushed out no matter where I went. People wouldn't even let me join their groups. I'm like, why? And it was like so cliquey and just, I don't understand. And I'm like, so just talking about it and then other people complaining that why isn't there somewhere where we can just all join and there's no drama and there's no clickiness and it's actually for the industry by the industry. So me and Molly have been talking about it, and then Drew, and then we were at Huge, and I was like, guys, let's just do it. And then 3 months later, we had our first class.
It almost feels like it's getting ready to be like this big, huge concert, you know, like you're getting ready to go, like that. I think that's basically where you came in and made everybody so excited about it, because everybody behind the doors on social media is just absolutely talking about this.
It's awesome. Yeah. And like, I don't know, I in no way alone can take like credit of like social hype. We've got an awesome team at Five Door Media that is like helping with content. We've got awesome video people helping on video content. We've got just like, honestly, that's a really cool thing about this whole team is we've all got, I mean, like Molly's assistant Danielle is helping. Shelly from the TCS is helping. We've got our team helping with stuff. Like in no way is this a solo effort kind of thing going on, which thank God, because I can't imagine trying to put something on like this if it was just 5-door or if it was just Live Bright or if it was just TCS, because guys, it's a lot of work
It
to
is.
Yeah.
put something like this. And I think when we first started, and we talk about it all the time, but it's funny. You've got 3 visionaries and Holly and Molly and I, and then thank God Erin's the integrator and all of it. But like, I think we would have had like cheese and crackers if it was just up to Holly and I and Molly for that first event, like, but we've got such a really good team helping out on all aspects of it. And like, actually yesterday, the shout out to Allie on our team, and like she's helping out a lot with the content and kind of like being our big help from the 5-door side.
Yep.
And she was in a meeting and she started saying us instead of like CleanCon. Like she's adding herself into it. I'm like, man, what a cool feeling that is. Like even
Oh,
our teams that are
goosebumps.
helping out are starting to take ownership of this event because they know how much it's going to be helping and impacting the industry as a whole. And like the work they're doing in it is becoming personal, and it's a really cool thing to see everybody's teams involved and putting it on, because like I said, it is so much work. And
Right.
at the end of the first one,
That
it was
kind
so
of
worth
goes
it.
into our next question is, how do you guys divide up everything without stepping on each other's toes or
Right?
getting like, how does that
Well, the
happen?
first, I'll start this. Like the first event was beautiful chaos. Like there
Yes.
was like stepping on toes, but not in like a bad way. It was just there's so much that needed done.
Yep.
And how do we get it all done, right? And like I remember there was a moment I was setting up our booth. I got done with that, and I saw papers that needed to go on tables, so I'm putting papers on tables. I saw this, and like everybody just saw things that needed to be done and did them, And then
Yep.
I think after our first debrief meeting, after the first event, that's when we were like, all right, let's create some buckets of responsibility so it is more controlled. So I mean, that's what we've
Right.
done. Like, what are each individual strengths? Who brings what to the table the best, and then how do we divide and conquer from there?
Well, and I think like that it really has been this incredible marriage of all of these strengths and all of these ideas and all these action plans that have come together. I have a fair amount of event planning background, so I think that helped a decent amount in getting us started and doing
Definitely.
and really figuring out like how do we do this? How do we eat this elephant? And it's been incredible to sort of watch all of that continue to really organically and naturally evolve.
I think that's awesome. You can hear people in the background laughing. You guys are having a party. One of you is having a party in the background.
Yeah, Holly, maybe you, if you're not talking. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
You're
good.
totally
You're right.
fine. That's like being in my house.
You're good.
The kids are in the back doing whatever.
Yep.
So, you're fine. You're
Dogs
totally
are
fine.
barking.
Yeah.
Because I was using this that I wouldn't get the background noise, but I guess
You're totally fine.
It's work. There's quite a bit of, why not?
There we go. That seems to be good.
Don't move.
Holly. Oh
For
no,
now.
Holly's muted. Honey, just drop your chat. Just drop your comments in the chat. We'll be sure to put them out there for you, Holly.
Oh my goodness. I'm sensing a book coming out of this.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
Jeez.
I'm
With-
thinking
Yeah.
you guys are going to create a book that's going to lead the rest of us on how to do these types of events and what to connect the dots.
whose bucket is that?
Can we just
Yeah.
finish the second one before we write a book on how to do it?
Right. I think that I can sense that coming out, and just the way the industry is going. We're all here to help the industry go in the direction that we feel it needs to go. And finally, we're getting recognition. Even Grant Cardone, you see his commercials on Facebook. I'm like, and how many toilets have you cleaned, Grant? It's just like, give me a break. It's interesting to see the movement in our industry. What surprised you the most about creating the event? I know you guys talked about buckets and this distribution of the workflow and, all that stuff, but what was the most surprising thing?
I
Good
thought
question.
the surprising thing is that we sold out our first event, and it looks like we're going to sell out our second event, and it looks like every person, you always think, okay, 30 people have came to me and said they need this. for the whole industry to participate. And we were like, okay, our hunch was right. You know, because sometimes you might second guess yourself. So that was the most like, oh my gosh, it really was a real thing. And people are really coming and these tickets are flying. And people absolutely loved the first event. And the feedback that we got was just incredible. So that was mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great, I think that those are great points, Holly. I think the other thing that it continues to surprise me because, like I said, I've been around for 17 years, and I was just looking at our speaker applications. We've got over 30 speaker applications for this next event, and I looked at the list, and I've been around, right? And I'm like, there's so many people I don't know, and it's so
Mhm.
fun
Oh,
to see. Like
that's
I've been in ISSA events. I've been in other
yeah.
coaching groups. I have my own coaching program, and I'm like, oh my gosh, who's this? I can't wait to meet this person. Oh my gosh, and I thought I've got a pretty good sense of the industry, and it's like so
Who's
cool to
who?
see. And it's so cool though to see all these other people that are doing amazing things that are looking for a place to land, a community to be a part of, and also are wanting and willing to share their expertise and what's going really well in their businesses. So I've been surprised about that, like in such a positive way.
Even more, like, I think it was mentioned multiple times during the first event and now again in this plant, like, this world is so much bigger than we realize.
Yep.
Like, there are
Exactly.
so many more residential cleaning companies out there than I think anybody realizes. And I think Molly, you've gotten into like your sub worlds in the past. Holly, you've gotten your sub worlds that
Mhm.
seem big in the rooms you're in, but like the grand scheme of it nationally and internationally, this is a so much bigger world than I think any of us realized. And that's encouraging, right?
Mhm.
Because I
Yes.
mean, guys, this is an investment of ours, right, into this industry to like start
Right.
this. This is sweat equity. This is a monetarily like investment we're putting into this, and to get that response and see it is so much bigger than we thought it was such an encouraging thing, right? So this
Love
is
it.
not
Really.
just a group of something we hope 200 people will come to for the rest of its existence. Like this is a big thing because the industry is much bigger than we thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
I've been blown away at hearing stories of the way that even from the first CleanCon, people are still connecting with people that they met.
Mm-hmm.
They have group chats, they have Facebook groups of people that they like deeply needed to meet at the right time to help them take the next step. And that to me is just the most exciting and an encouraging thing is to see that like what our hunch was right. The things that we thought were needed really are needed. And what continues to surprise me is people who, I mean, at this point, maybe it shouldn't, but I had somebody stop me at the dentist office the other day from a local cleaning company who said, I just got approval. We are going. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
and like, that's amazing. They need, and they're excited and we need this. So I think that
We
is just
do need this.
encouraging.
We do need this. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your business, brand new or running several million-dollar cleaning business. There's room for everyone. That's what I love about it. And that it don't feel so um
Pretentious.
clicky. Like or that you don't feel like you get that imposter syndrome.
Sure.
Mhm.
There's places that I always wanted to go, but you just get that kind of like imposter syndrome because the hype is like, oh, look at this person. No, CleanCon is more about here, where you're at right now. And it's a little more inviting.
It is, and
I should say a lot more inviting.
I'd love to add to that, although Holly's also very passionate. We're all very passionate about this particular subject, actually. So, Holly, I don't know if you want to come on out, but
yeah, yeah. Um,
Come
so
out of timeout for a second. You
I
can join
think
the
I
party.
think with the CleanCon, like, okay, so I was in the closet for a long time. Like, I had a cleaning service, and
no, girl.
I didn't
No, no, no.
start. I didn't start coming out and networking with other cleaning companies until like 2018. And then in 2018, I was trying to find, a home. Well, I didn't even realize, like what size I was compared to everybody else. I just thought I was behind. I didn't know what I was doing. So going out there and trying to find something there was nothing there. And then as I did, it was like every group I went to is the same 20 people or the same 100 people or the same 50 people. And then as I'm doing research for TCS and I'm looking and I'm like, do y'all know how many cleaning companies there are in this nation? Where are they? Like, why don't we have a place to come to? Like every event I go to is the same 200, 300 companies attending. And I'm like, how are we not reaching out to the rest? Like, how are you not getting me in 2016 to come to a cleaning conference? Thanks to Drew and Erin, if I would have seen all of the advertising that they're doing, I would have been like, you know what, I'm going to go to this. And it would have been so much more helpful. So I was very passionate, like Molly was saying in the beginning, is that we need new people. Like there may be somebody over in Maine doing something completely creative that the entire industry could benefit from, and we would never know. Because there's not a place for them to go. Because the truth is, none of us know exactly how to do it the correct way, and the best way is to learn from your peers. And so providing that environment is the whole purpose. And then I'll mute.
And just to I was going to say, just to add to that, like, so one of our pillars, and to go back to imposter syndrome and all that, but one of our pillars is of CleanCon is connection. And so the entire event is very thoughtfully programmed to have a lot of connection with a lot of different people. And the conversation, I've been at a lot of different events, and you walk up and people are like, oh, so what size are you? That's not exact. We're not measuring. We're not like, you know, I know size matters and all that good stuff, but like, we're not measuring that all the time in this event. People are meeting just as humans and connecting first and then sharing from there. So it's really intentionally put together to invite everyone into the room and make everyone feel welcome in the room, whether they are a startup or whether they're a $10 million company. There really is a place. I will say from that perspective, it's challenging from a programming perspective to put together something that will meet everyone's needs, right? But providing a place for connection that is not cliquey and that is inclusive of all ideas and all sizes is a really important cornerstone of who we are and why we're doing what we're doing.
I think from the top down too, that's just become really important. I mean, Holly is very humble at times, but like she is one of the largest residential cleaning companies in the country, right? And I have heard her say so many times, I'll sit down with anybody and learn something from somebody. Like she has like zero ego when it comes to education and growth and like personal development and company development. Like, so, I mean, that mindset is top down at CleanCon. Like Holly will sit down with somebody who's just starting off. And I mean, I think there's a benefit too of Holly's life where she's at with TCS too. She speaks to cleaning companies all day, every day. So I think that's probably helped her with that mindset. Is like, I mean, I talked to somebody who's at 250 a year and I learned they're doing this. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant, right? Like I've heard those stories come out of her, and she's one of the largest cleaning companies in the country. So I mean, that is a top down mindset and attitude at CleanCon that I'm really proud of.
I think that one of the central tenets that we really have and go into and sort of prime everyone with is give more than you receive, right? And so there really is and everyone who in all of our business journeys, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, how nice would it have been to have somebody come alongside you and say, hey, here, let me cast the vision for where you can go, what you can do. Have you thought of this? Have you tried this, right? And so we really try to prime it so that we are all coming together to collaboratively help each other to grow by giving as much, if not more, than we're receiving.
Right, because this is the way I think about it. $10 million company, you started off at 100,000, 250, 300. We all started at that level at one point in time in our business, right?
Yep. We all started at zero. Exactly. We all, yeah. We didn't just wake up and say, oh, I have a $10 million cleaning company. Right. No, we all started just like this. And I love that. I love.
So my next question, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, were there any mistakes that you realized from the first CleanCon to the second CleanCon that you would openly want to discuss? Because sometimes they can be a little ouchy, I don't
know about mistakes, lessons for sure.
Yeah, lessons.
And I think something we did that was smart is like we had a debrief meeting as quickly as possible. Like, I think that we ended on a Wednesday. We were all on a call Friday.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's debrief. Like, everybody travel home, everybody get home safe, and then let's meet Friday and like talk it through. And like, there's definitely lessons from like little things to bigger things, and like, but I think what helped out the most with that is we did a end of conference like survey to everybody that was there, like in the room, and we even like programmed time. This wasn't just like, hey, here's a link, do this when you have time. Like, no, we took like 10, 15 minutes of the stage. Like, people filled it out in the moment, because that was really important to us to get like that feedback. And the lessons we learned from that were really important. And like just the direct and very honest feedback we got from people in that survey, which I'll happily say, like, high majority of it was extremely positive. Which
I'm like,
feeling.
totally.
But those little nuggets we got, right? Like little nuggets, some like very direct stuff about their preference of conferences and like what they're used to. But luckily it was a lot of really great feedback. And I mean, we sold a lot of tickets to the Austin event at the end of the first CleanCon. So I mean, that was a great feeling too. But there's been tons of little things, some bigger things, and I'm sure there'll be even more after the second event too, and then the third and the fourth and the fifth. There'll always be stuff to learn.
I think there's very much a permission to screw up, piece of this too, that like, I don't look at any of what we did at First CleanCon as, mistakes. That it's data, right?
Right.
Like
It is data.
really is learning about, well, what worked, what didn't work. And that is, it's a tenet of our business. And I think it has become a tenet of CleanCon as the four of us have continued to get to know each other and how do we work together, which is, it's no small feat to bring together four business owners and be like, by the way, now you all work together. But I don't think any of us have been precious about mistakes. We have all taken it as like, great, we'll figure out what didn't work. Let's do something different the next time. And there's been no, shame or anything involved in like, oh, well, we'll take a different route next time. So I don't know, maybe you guys feel differently, but I don't look at anything from that first event and say like, oh, I never do that again. It's all data for, well,
it is, and I would just say, like, and sometimes I might lack humility, I've heard before, but like, I think we freaking killed it. Like, and the execution of that event, like, and I'm gonna like give some massive kudos to Erin, because she has done it. She's highly organized. The execution was and I'm not just saying this because I was one of the founders of this event, but it's one of the best events I've been at in our industry, hands down. Like, and from and that's the feedback that we got. People were like, holy crap, this is your first event. And so the mistakes we had, like Erin said, data, like, so one correction point we're making, for example, is we're going to meet 2 weeks before the event this time in real life, because we're going to get together and we're going to go through the whole run of show 2 weeks before, instead of really close to the event.
Yeah.
Right. So
close your mouth, Holly. Erin's talking. Oh my god. There was a couple of moments. It went off without a hitch, I think. But I think it was funny to add that there were a couple of moments where, like, Drew had on my dress jacket, was rocking back and forth. He looked like he was and then Molly at one point looked at me and told me, Holly, close your mouth. And I was like,
I said, stop talking. Stop talking.
Yeah, that was it.
Stop talking to Erin. Stop talking to Erin. I did. And this is us burning. This is us tired, going full force for days on end. Drew was like sick, like on medicine, like all doped up, right? Like that's probably why he was like rocking back. You were.
I forgot you were sick.
Yeah. So this is, putting on an event truly is no small feat. Like
it's blacked out.
No.
Yeah.
We all, you're checked out.
All of the stories you'll see in our future Netflix documentary.
Yeah, that's right. And in the book. Shannon.
It's coming in the book.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's just you're making a whole system. It's the same thing. It's like the same thing that you built your cleaning company on. You're learning from your mistakes and like, whoop. Let's mark that down. Let's do this way. That's awesome.
And it really, it has been so much fun to watch and learn about this team's strengths and all the places. Like, I am fascinated by the four of us and then our extended team as well. We think differently, and we are able to collaborate in this way that I think has produced something really rich and really meaningful. But it is because we are all attacking this problem from a slightly different angle, which is so fun to see the way that team evolves and the way that team bounces ideas off each other. And it kind of amplifies the strengths of each of us.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, what's the long-term goal here? Where are we going? I think you just dropped a little clue, though, Drew, unintentionally.
Netflix documentary.
We're now trying to find out your secrets.
For the future of CleanCon, for the next and the next and the next. I did hear that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the goal is not to just do two, right? I mean, I think the goal is to keep doing these as often as we can. Keep learning from the last one that we did.
Wait a second,
and
guys. I signed up for 2. We're doing more.
No, your contract has been extended. It was an auto renew. No.
I don't know. It's like, how can you stop with this much excitement going through the cleaning community, the cleaning industry?
I don't. It's so funny, and I don't know. Maybe Holly and Molly hear this more than I do, but like, I thank you for saying that, because it is kind of like on our end of it. I never know if it's being talked about as much as it is like in the industry or in like little circles. So that's really encouraging to hear that it is a topic. I mean, I think we were talking about before we push record, like I'm like hounding some like people on TikTok live talking about cleaning lately, and like hearing them that they know about CleanCon, which is a really cool like reaction to hear from people. But from our side, it's really encouraging to hear you say that you are hearing it and there are conversations about it. So I appreciate it. But like, I mean, I don't know, long-term vision, we've got some things, I don't want to say like up our sleeve or like hard plans, but we've got ideas, right? We want to like, the biggest thing we want to do is like, how can we keep these events going in the healthiest, most like inviting community way, to where, and I wanted to say too, you guys were talking about lessons and things we learned. I think, I don't know if it went off without a hitch, but it was pretty darn close. But I think that happened because there was so much planning ahead of time. And that's another benefit of having 3 partners in this, right? Like 3 different entities coming together, because we took what we've loved from other events that all 3 of us have been to. We took away what we've learned that we didn't like at other events that we've been to, and we did our best to like mash those together, right? And like, so it was a lot of like market and peer research went into from our personal experiences. We had no interest in just like mimicking exactly another event. We wanted this to be unique. We wanted this to be special. We wanted it to feel warm and comfy when you come to it, because feedback we've learned is like that's not always the thing in a very niche industry event like this. So I think a lot of like pre-planning helped go into that. But I mean, future, I mean, I'd love to give you some juicy answer, but there's really not. We just want to keep doing what we're doing, keep getting better.
Going with the flow.
Go with the flow, keep listening to the community, keep putting the community first, not ourselves. And I think good things will come from that. But we've got some ideas that are still being like fleshed out and worked on.
Well, and we were very intentional about coming, and this is something that Drew and I are really passionate about, is coming together for like, what's the why of this business? Why do we actually exist, right? And as we all really spent some time to think through that, I mean, it is all about, helping to influence and cast vision for this industry. And so I think the what of what we're doing, whether that's, continuing conferences or other like possibilities in the future, I think there could be lots of things, but I think at the heart of it, it's how do we impact, right? How do we help continue to connect and educate and really, help shape and cast vision for what this industry could be.
I love that. There's so much.
I feel like I need to go to cleaning church.
we could all go, put our hand on the Bible.
We clean those too.
Yeah. Churches need cleaning. Yeah.
I think that we're in the middle of, I don't want to use this word as a big heavy thing, but like a cleaning evolution. I think There's a lot more acceptance to our industry. You'll often hear me talk about how we're the 23rd trade. So it's becoming more common, which is nice. And the thing that gets Jamie and myself, I'm speaking mostly for myself, excited about participating in this industry is you can see people who never had an opportunity for wealth create wealth and legacy and something that they can either gift or sell at a later date, or go springboard into other things and create assets that buy back time. I mean, there's this whole evolution happening. I can see it. I'm sure you guys see it as well.
Definitely. I think we're in a really interesting and very, very expansive place in our industry, without a doubt. And you are right, that our industry is now getting a lot more attention than it used to. Cleaning is being seen more as a necessity rather than just a luxury service for, for working families. And additionally, there's a lot of movement and a lot of talk. I don't know if you all are familiar, for example, with Cody Sanchez. She's Main Street Millionaire. She's all about like the boring businesses. So not tech businesses, but cleaning companies and laundromats and, and all those sorts of things, because they provide and plumbing companies and HVAC, all that stuff. Like, these are very necessary services that are not quickly going to be replaced by technology or AI, and people can make a really good, solid living, and they can build it literally from the trunk of their car if they want to. Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of attention. I completely agree with you there, Shannon.
Awesome.
Trust me, you do not want to be in the tech world.
I heard it's really competitive and there's a lot of things that go on.
No comment from Holly on that one. Okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm multitasking.
Well, enough about that question. Okay, so
no response is a response.
It is. That's true. That's true. My goodness gracious. I'm just going over some of these preliminary questions. Looking back at some of your own businesses, what are some of the biggest lessons you have learned that you could share with our audience?
Oof.
Question.
Great question.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I didn't want to use the word mistake.
You do not have to have it all figured out. If you have a vision and a mission and the will to do it, don't get hung up. Don't get hung up in every detail. We didn't, and we pulled it off, and it was great. So I think a lot of us are hesitant to make business decisions, especially cleaning service owners. We're micromanagers, miss details, every little detail. Get a vision, make a mission, find people, find your team, and jump and go and do it, and work out all the details later. And I think a lot of us in our cleaning businesses are at those really pivotal moments in our businesses, and we're all just scared. Don't be scared. Jump and do it. Do something. If you have the vision for it, go do it. And that's what it's taught me, for sure. I mean, and we did it, and I gained the 4 little best friends that anyone could have. We're
the 4 best
did it
friends
here.
that anyone could have. Yeah.
I guess one way I would answer that question is that the more that a business owner can figure out how to develop and lead themselves, the better they'll be doing in their business. And this is, I've been a part of, workaholic hustle culture. And I just want to say there's nothing wrong with working hard. I love working hard. And there are seasons when I work way harder than other seasons, for sure. But I think that there's been a real emphasis at times on that specifically in our industry, and it's to the detriment of the business owners, and then they burn out and they flame out, and then they have all kinds of things that end up happening from a financial place, a health place, a mindset place. And so I wish that early on in my career, I knew that if I focused on myself, if I focused on developing my leadership skills and being really comfortable in my own skin in certain ways around leading a team, it would have gotten me farther faster. Now, whatever, I have no regrets. We all evolve as we evolve, right? But I think that's a really good, solid lesson that I wish more people knew and could like grab on.
Well said.
I think to answer that question, like the hardest lesson I've had to learn, because I am like, oh man, 9.9 on the visionary scale. Like that's just my brain.
Facts.
Brick by brick is the hardest lesson I've had to learn. And if you've ever seen like a brick building get built, folks, those don't get built fast. And like as sometimes like a visionary brain, that's hard to accept, that like building something that's built right, building something that's built in a strong way does not happen overnight. It doesn't happen over 2 nights, and it requires patience. And sometimes like patience and the understanding that patience is true and it's needed does not combat well with a visionary brain. I mean, like having Erin like beside me doing this with me like has been just been a huge help, because man, I would move fast and not just break things, but break all the things. And, you know, rather than like really doing it the way I should and the way it needs to get done. And I think we're surrounded by stories on the internet that are just, I'll be honest, like just lies, just straight lies of
Totally.
what a building a business is like. And you get to a certain level and you can buy an island and a Lamborghini and pose in your garage with it. Like it's baloney. I don't know about this podcast and welcoming of certain words, so I'll say baloney. Like it's not true. And every good business is brick by brick, and it is day by day, it is decision by decision, it is lesson by lesson. And you have to, the quicker you realize that, honestly, the faster you'll probably grow. I think the more healthy you'll grow. It's brick by brick every day.
Good answers, guys. Yeah, we have a mantra that sort of sums a lot of that up here, and we just say consistently, and our team says it all the time, we say it all the time, we say everything is figure outable. And so like there really is, I think, and the sooner that I think we learned that and really embraced that like there's a solution, we will figure this solution out together. But I think for me, like and I've already referenced it once, but the biggest lesson that I have learned in business is start with why. And you know, everybody on this call, or at least everyone on the CleanCon team, knows that I am an enormous proponent of Simon Sinek's work that is really foundational around getting to the heart of why are you here? Why is your business here? Why are you personally here? What are you here to contribute to the world? And can you articulate that? Can your staff articulate that? Can your teams, do your clients feel that as well? And so I think that was so pivotal for us when we, with the companies that we own, and even with CleanCon as well, have really started to get very, very serious about living out our why and then the hows that sort of support those things. What are our values and how do we lift up that why? I think that to me was the single most foundational pivot for our businesses. So
I love it.
again, I will talk about that all day, every day. I'll cut myself off now, but I think it's
Jamie, this is recorded.
It's being recorded. I know. It's like it's being recorded.
Run
All
through a
right.
brick wall.
See why I was like these three teams fit together so well, because I was like, oh no, this is going to take some serious motivation, leadership, and vision, and I'm like, couldn't have picked better people to do it with. So we're all that same, and so thank God for Erin. Otherwise, we'd be running around just preaching.
I love it. Go, Erin, go. Go, Erin,
without
go.
you guys, I would be standing still. Like
Our
and then,
masonry work would be really sloppy.
You wouldn't want to be in that house. Yeah.
Jamie, you have any more questions?
You're right.
You're ready to go to CleanCon?
Yeah.
You're ready to come to CleanCon, right? That's right. Yeah.
The snippet. Love it.
Communicate that vision. Communicate that vision, girl. You got to communicate that vision to your team so they know where to go.
She has a goal. She's marching to 1 million this year. So
It's awesome.
Love it.
Oh,
It's going off script.
I love it.
No, I love that. There's that. There it is.
I love it.
Let's go.
I don't know. You mentioned everybody that drives by like doesn't know what the house is going to look like. I mean, what's that Steve Jobs quote? Like, here's to the crazy ones. Like, I think that's a lesson I've learned. Like, the crazier someone looks the first time you meet them and you hear them talk, like, probably the more they're going to do in life, right? Like, here's to the crazy ones. Here's the ones that are doing the things that don't make sense to the other people, and those are the people that change the world. So keep on it.
Keep on.
And I know if your viewers have not, it's mycleancon.com. There are still tickets out there. They are $6.99. You can use any of our company codes to get 10% off the cleaning software, all caps, or 5-door, or Live Bright. Any of us. Get that 10% off. You cannot not afford to be there. It is not a cost. It is an investment. You are going to learn that and triple, if quadruple your money just by being in the room and the connection and network with what you're going to get. And Austin's going to be so fun. We are dancing. We are back cruising. We are socializing. We are going to have all of our pillars involved in Austin, and Austin's just a really cool place to be.
And can you give us the dates?
Oh yeah, it's September 27th, or is it the 8th? 28th?
26 to the 28th. Right?
Remember that masonry work I was talking about?
27th to the 29th.
So what is
I'm
it?
gonna let Erin take over at this point, okay?
So what was the date one more time for the audience so they can get it clear?
Kelly's got to buy Holly's plane tickets. Or luckily you don't have to fly to
She's
this
got
one.
mush brain from vacation. It's totally
Now,
okay.
now I'm nervous.
It is the 28th through the 30th. I did not just look up the website. I just know that. It is September 28th through the 30th.
However, there is a VIP, and there are a few more tickets left. So I will say this: there's a VIP cruise on the 27th. So
In the evening, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
there are very, very few tickets available for that. So snag those up while you can because it's going to be awesome. We're cruising. Actually, Holly, you talk about it because I've never been to Austin, and you know,
Okay.
there's bats. There's bats.
So under the Congress Bridge of Austin, and one of its big attractions is there's millions of bats that live under this bridge on the Lady Bird Lake, which is basically a really giant river. And they come out in the afternoon right at sunset. So you just watch these millions of bats fly out. No, it's not dangerous, so don't get scared. I've never heard of anybody getting injured, but just to watch them come out is breathtaking. So we have this big barge that we rented that holds only 100 people. That's why there's limited tickets. And so we'll have cocktails and appetizers or non-alcoholic drinks, and then we're going to cruise the lake with the beautiful Austin skyline in the background. It's right through the middle of downtown, and then we'll get to watch the bats come out. And then obviously all get to network together as an industry on the boat watching the bats.
And then the rest of the event, it kicks off. It starts late afternoon on Monday, the 28th, and it finishes late afternoon, early evening on Wednesday, the 30th. So it's like 2.5 days of programming. So for people who wouldn't be coming in for the Sunday night event, I would still recommend coming in on Sunday or Monday morning at the latest, because the event really starts on Monday at probably,
Registration I think starts at 4, and then the welcome party is like at 6.
Right.
Yeah.
And the welcome party is a key part of the event. Oh, sorry, Erin. What did you say, Erin?
I was just saying you are not going to want to miss that welcome party. It's going to be fantastic. Absolutely.
And it's not just a party. It's a programmed party, right? It's very intentional. We do all the parts that we do are very intentional. So you're not just going to go stand in a room with 200 other people. Like, you're going to be meeting and connecting with those people. So it's the beginning of the event.
Dancing, line dancing that night.
Or there may be a couple of Western dance lessons. Bring your boots, dress up as Westerners you want, or just wear whatever you want. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a ball, though.
I love it. Well, thanks so much for coming on, you guys. We usually traditionally ask if you guys have any questions for us. I can't answer any relationship questions, but I'm happy to answer anything else.
Oh,
One for you, Shannon. I've got
Sure.
one. Looping back to what you said about us writing a book on how to do event planning,
Mhm.
are there events in your future that you want to put on?
I've considered it. I've had a lot of, as you know, with like everybody, we have a lot of projects going on. So I'm getting ready to do a really big launch here in September. So I'm working on that. And as soon as that's finalized and stabilized, so to speak, I am looking at 2027 to figure out if I'm going to be doing something or not. I finally, hopefully, will be able to travel. I've had a passport issue for the last year and a half that I've been trying
Mm.
to resolve. It's been a big pain in my butt. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do something.
Nice. Interesting. Cool. Excited to hear about it.
Yes,
I
very
would love
exciting.
to know from both of you, what do you, I mean, this is, I always use these as market research, right? So, um,
Totally. I'm always interested. Go ahead.
I mean, for you two, what do you think the biggest gap? What is the biggest piece of whether it's education, whether it's opportunity that is missing for this industry? Where are the gaps that you see?
Oh my gosh. There's a lot of gaps still. As you guys know, most of the industry is DIY. That's probably the biggest hurdle is getting someone to not DIY and understand that they are investing in themselves. I do know people who have DIY'd it. Back in the day, I mean, Molly, you've been in it just as long as I have. Holly, you have too. There weren't Facebook groups or any of these things that we have going on, podcasts, nothing. You had to kind of invent your own wheel as you went, you lopped around down the road, right? So getting them to understand that basically there is more opportunity for you to educate yourself and to better yourself. And if you really want to get there a little bit faster than having to DIY, because DIY comes with lots of mistakes. We've all heard Shannon talk about many hundreds, thousands of mistakes I have made in my businesses. It comes faster if you can have a mentor or someone who can kind of guide you along the way. Definitely. She's a star now. People ask her for her autograph.
That's great, Jamie. I know that, I mean, I think that being authentic and being open about who you are and at what point you are in your business is going to garner a lot more trust than pretending to be something that you're not. So that's awesome that that's what you're doing. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Woo! All right.
Thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate you taking the time. Definitely.
Thanks for having us.
The only other question I have for Jamie is on your march to $1 million, you cannot afford to not be in that room. I know you give me an excuse if you had a kiddo or something, but I have 2 of them, so I am looking forward to the solution that you're going to come up with when I see you walk through the doors at CleanCon. No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
No going back now.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's childcare that you can hire at hotels and that kind of thing if you got to bring your kids, right? There's a solution. I mean, I do it for my dogs. I mean, I don't know. Isn't it the same thing? Like,
Well, thanks everybody. You guys take care.
Thank you.
bye.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
us.